The Sixers curse is real, it's alive, and unfortunately, it's back once again. VJ Edgecombe suffering an injury and will now miss Wednesday night's Summer League opener in Las Vegas against the San Antonio Spurs. Has also missed the last two Summer League games in Salt Lake City. Sixers just cannot escape the injury bug year after year after year. Send some love VJ Edgecombe's way if you want him to get better soon and not have this spiral out of control like it tends to do with the Philadelphia 76ers. Spam VJ down in the comment section. So Michael Scotto with the report on what the Sixers released regarding VJ Edgecombe's injury. The number 3 pick has been diagnosed with a left thumb sprain. He's out for what is now tonight's game on Wednesday night against the San Antonio Spurs. It was supposed to be a big nationally televised game on ESPN. VJ Edgecombe versus Dylan Harper. We won't see VJ Edgecombe, of course, but he is participating in on-court workouts during his absence, working closely with the team's medical staff. He will be reevaluated on Saturday. So just a couple more days until he will be reevaluated and possibly returning once again. Just what a shame we're not able to watch VJ Hooper now in Summer League because his first Summer League game was insane. It was outstanding against the Utah Jazz back last Saturday. 30 minutes, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Took a bunch of shots, but honestly looked really good in all aspects of the game. Showed off his athleticism, the defense, the mid-range shot, and just looked like somebody who was an NBA vet and shouldn't be playing in Summer League, but now he can't play in Summer League at the moment because of the injury. Look, I don't want to scare all the Sixers fans right now and say that this is going to spiral and, now he's injured and it's going to go into the season. Look, I think what's going on right now, in reality, the Sixers are just being extra cautious, right? The 3rd overall pick, it's just Summer League at the end of the day. He's dealing with a thumb injury, which, look, isn't like a knee injury or a lower body injury that you'd be super worried about. It's just a thumb sprain, right? So it's nothing to be too concerned about, and the Sixers just want to be sure. No reason to risk it right now, especially when you already saw the great performance he had against Utah in that first Summer League game. But it is the Philadelphia 76ers we're talking about, and we have been here before. We've had these exact same conversations year after year after year, especially with the Sixers medical staff, right? Get a report that a guy's injured, should only be a week or two, you don't think it's all that serious, and then he keeps getting reevaluated, out for even longer. Another reevaluation, some setback in the recovery, out for even longer. We've seen this time and time again with the Sixers. I don't need to jog your memory. We know that this happens seemingly every single year, and a lot of times with these talented young players, right? Throw back to Jared McCain. Ben Simmons dealt with injuries. Obviously, Embiid missed a lot of time. Like, you can just go to almost everybody in this roster, and they've dealt with injuries at some point. So, Sixers fans, we've just been through too much to not at least be a little bit concerned about the injury, even if I wouldn't normally be too concerned about it because it's the Sixers. You got to be a little bit worried. And it's a shame, again, because some big Summer League games coming up for the Sixers, especially, as I mentioned, this one tonight against the Spurs on national television. Number 2 pick versus number 3 pick would have been phenomenal. So he will be reevaluated on Saturday. Sixers do play the Hornets that night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So that will be VJ Edgecombe's next chance to play if they do reevaluate him and he is okay to go. If not, you'll have to wait a few more days. July 15th against the Wizards, July 16th against the Mavericks. That rounds out the, first stretch of 4 games in the Summer League. There will be more games in that tournament-style elimination knockout round. So this is the next available date for VJ to return if he is able to. We'll get to a little bit more on this injury, but I want you to be honest with me down in the comment section right now. How concerned are you about VJ's injury? Scale it for me 1 through 10. If you're not concerned at all, that's a 1. You say it's totally fine, nothing to be worried about. If you're like, oh no, here we go again, it's doom and gloom, this is awful, the most worried you could be, that's a 10. Let me know down in the comment section. Personally, for me, I said this and I'll say it again, I'm really not all that concerned because of the type of injury it is, the fact that he's already out there in on-court workouts, progressing well by all means, and that he'll be reevaluated already in a couple of days here. So I'm not thinking that this is something that's going to linger all that long. Now, that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers do end up shutting down VJ Edgecombe for the Summer League. As I mentioned, seems like they're just being extra cautious here because they know the history of their team and what ends up happening with some of these guys when they do get injured. So I wouldn't be at all that surprised if they're like, you know what, he's a third overall pick. Let's just shut it down. We already kind of saw what we needed to see in that first game. Let's just make sure he's completely ready to go by the time the season starts. Obviously, still a far ways away from that. I don't think this injury would need nearly that much time to heal, but why not just err on the side of caution? So it's unfortunate that there's a chance we might not see VJ Edgecombe in Summer League again, but look, this is just what happens with the Sixers. We've come to know this, that injuries like this always strike, and let's just hope and pray that this does not spiral into something worse for VJ Edgecombe. That being said, Summer League is still going on for Philadelphia. Even though VJ Edgecombe is not playing, still some players you're going to want to tune into and watch because Sixers do still have a pretty intriguing roster as we head into Las Vegas Summer League. Before we get into some of those top players to watch, guys, this deal that's going on right now at Fanatics. I tell you about a lot of great deals all the time here on the show. This is the best deal you're going to find all year long, hands down. This 76ers pullover short sleeve hoodie, a perfect thing to wear in the summer, in my opinion, especially, at night. You can get a little bit cooler, but you still want something to cover up a little bit. A short sleeve pullover hoodie like this is perfect, and it looks great. And the insane deal that I mentioned, this hoodie, originally $100, it is just $35 right now. I mean, are you kidding me, baby? That's insane. Again, one of the best deals you're ever going to find over at Fanatics. Chatsports.com/Sixers hoodie. You plug in that link, it'll take you over there. You can take advantage while the deal does last. It's going to be limited time only. These things are going to be flying off the shelves. Again, chatsports.com/Sixers hoodie. That'll be in the comments and description of today's show. Click on that, get over, and take advantage of this great deal before it is too late. So, a little reminder of the Summer League schedule. We'll show this a bit earlier, but just to jog your memory, Sixers against the Spurs tonight, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Then against the Hornets on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The Wizards on, quick math, Tuesday, that's Tuesday, right? The 15th against the Wizards at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And then against the Mavericks the following day, July 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then they'll get into some tournament elimination style play based off how the Sixers do in those first few games. But, some marquee matchups, obviously, against Dylan Harper tonight against the Spurs. You got Concanoople and the Hornets. You got Trey Johnson and the Wizards. And we'll see if Cooper Flagg ends up playing in this game. I honestly doubt he plays that late in the Summer League. So, some of my top players to watch. I did a full Summer League breakdown up on the channel if you want to go check that out. But just a quick rundown of some of the top guys on the Sixers roster. Johni Broome's been impressive in the 3 Summer League games in Salt Lake City for the Sixers. Showed that he can kind of hit the 3 a little bit. That'll be very, very big for his development. Just a very smart player, good on the glass. Some athletic limitations that we have seen, but I think we're seeing his experience and his basketball IQ on display. Excited to see him continue to play in Summer League. Adem Bona, really good early on, struggled a little bit in some of these other games for the Sixers. Super athletic, obviously, and he'll dunk on anybody. Still does foul a little bit too much, but a player like Bona in the Summer League should be able to show off and show out. I'm excited to see him continue to progress and show out in this Summer League. Justin Edwards, another player that I had pretty high expectations for coming into Summer League. Now, has struggled a little bit, I think in large part because when you think about Summer League, it's some pretty bad basketball, right? He's someone that thrives, I think, with other top players on the court with good spacing that could get him open looks and he can kind of work in that open space. In the Summer League setting with a lot of bad basketball, a lot of bad spacing, hasn't been the most efficient time for him, but I think he can find his groove a little bit. Still doing a lot of other things well, even if he's not shooting the ball super efficiently. Should be one of the better players, honestly, in all of Summer League. Judah Mintz, another very, very intriguing player that obviously played for the Sixers in Summer League last year, played for the Delaware Bluecoats this year, and has been really good again in Summer League this year. Just an electric guard to watch, very quick, got a great handle, excels at getting to the free throw line. He showed that off in Summer League as well. Also had a nasty crossover step back 3. I think that was against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Monday. Just an electric player to watch, fun player to watch. A lot of Sixers fans are hoping he was going to get that last two-way spot for Philadelphia. Those spots are now all filled up. But regardless, a fun player to watch in Summer League. And then same can be said for Jalen Hood-Schifino, who was on a two-way with the Sixers last year. Didn't get that honor this year at the moment, but another guard who has some pedigree. I think 16th or 17th overall pick back a few years ago. Just another guy that excels with the ball in his hands, can really score it, especially in a summer league setting. That ISO ball can get to his mid-range, can shoot the three a little bit. So a couple interesting guards to watch for Philadelphia. They have a fun team. So even though VJ Edgecombe is not going to be out there, I still encourage you to tune in, watch. These games are going to be exciting, especially against some of the top rookies in the association. One more bonus name to watch out for, that's Hunter Salas. Didn't play in the Sixers' first summer league game because of injury. Of course, another Sixers rookie that's dealing with injury. But Sixers, he was undrafted. Sixers signed him to a two-way contract right away, so obviously have a lot of interest in the player. He had a nasty poster dunk. I want to say that was also against Oklahoma City Thunder. Just another fun, talented player to watch, a former five-star recruit. Went to Gonzaga, Wake Forest, now on the Sixers. So there's another player you should be keeping your eye out for that could possibly see some run for the Sixers' actual roster this season. All right, that'll do it for today's show. Before we hop on out of here, I encourage you guys, if you've made it this far in the video, hopefully that means you enjoyed. And I encourage you, if you're not already, to hit that sub button. Year-round coverage of your Philadelphia 76ers, news, rumors, analysis, injury news. We'll have game updates, all that throughout the entire season. And the best part is, it is absolutely free. All you got to do is hit that sub button. Appreciate you all for watching today's show. We'll catch you next time right here on 76ers Now.